Ian Hughes, Aber Town's manager. Fantastic game, coming from behind to win the game.
Yeah, we've done it all season. I think it's a shame we've had to come from behind again. But I thought we just about edged it during the game. CONNAH'S QUAY are a tough physical side. Alan Bickerstaff has come in and done really well with them, brought some good players in January. And I think if CONNAH'S QUAY had that squad throughout the season, they'd be in the top 6 as well. So we knew it was going to be a tough game, but obviously we're glad to win the game.
I was going to say later on, it was a magnificent performance by them. Showed that they may be bottom 6, but definitely a top 6 team.
Yeah, they are. And they'll be a strength next season as well. They'll be strong next season in the league. So we got to make sure that we stay ahead of them, and that's the importance, and that's the key for this club, is to stay ahead of teams like CONNAH'S QUAY. So CONNAH'S QUAY will strengthen, of course they will, as other teams will. So we've got to stay ahead of the game really, to make sure to do that. It might mean bringing an extra player or 2 in. And giving it another good go next season.
2-1 down, 7 minutes to go. What quite goes for your head, then?
Well, you're just thinking, how are you going to try and get back in the game? We were close to changing the formation again. We changed it previously. As soon as they scored the second, we changed it, and we were going to change it again to have more presence up front. And then we got fortunate with the second goal. Let's be fair, an own goal. But as soon as we scored that goal, I think there's only one team that's going to go on and win it.
You mentioned about tactics. It's important having Wyn Thomas on the pitch to dish it out. We saw him shouting all the instructions today, sure.
Yeah, Wyn's a leader. Wyn's a leader, as other players are when they're out on the pitch. So, he's experienced. He's been around a long time. He's got a lot of games under his belt. So in the heat of the battle, that he's never going to let anyone down. And he demands off other players, which is important.
And an injury to Cled Davis allowed Ryan Batley to come on, so we had his long throws.
Yeah, and that was because of an injury. Ryan came on. Cled felt the twinge in his hamstring. It's not gone, which is fortunate. So we didn't want to take any risks with that. Certainly with Sean Miller playing on that side, who's a good player for CONNAH'S QUAY. We needed a player that was fit to play against him, so we took him off.
And as you say, all the players worked so hard, they came off absolutely shattered, so that's about recovery.
Yeah, it's about recovery, it's about belief. That was the first thing, being 2-1 down with 10 to go, is about belief in getting back in the game, and they showed belief. And I think you showed the way they celebrated the third goal, the team spirit we've got in the camp.
And that third goal, Mark Jones took it excellently.
Yeah, he did, and I'm so pleased for Mark Jones because he works so hard off the ball, and people don't see the work rate that he possesses and he demonstrates. So for him to score the winner today is quite fitting, because I thought he worked very hard all game.
And then for the support, we've had so many messages on Twitter and Facebook saying well done and good luck in the final.
Yeah, and I think that's the important thing. Good luck in the final. We've not done anything yet. We've won a semi-final game, which is great, of course. But it'll count for nothing if we don't win next week. So we've got to make sure we prepare right, recover, as you say, recover properly, and make sure that we are at our optimum level going into next week's game.
So the final next week in Newtown at home?
Yeah, it's great to Chris Hughes. I'm quite friendly with Chris Hughes, so he brings his team here. So, I think it's going to be a final. Hopefully we can get fans here. It's important to get everyone. We need that Diaz stand rocking. To be fair, CONNAH'S QUAY brought some fans down with them and they sang all game. So hopefully it'll be us next week with the fans behind that Diaz goal, and they'll cheer us on to a victory, knowing it won't be an easy game. Far from it.
And then the prize at the end, space in the Europa League. How important is it for a club?
Well, we qualified for the Intertoto Cup many moons ago as the club. So it's the only time we've played in Europe before this season. But this season was the first time that we got coefficient points by qualifying for either the Champions League or the Europa League. So to qualify once is such an achievement. But it's over 100 years old, this club. To qualify 2 years on the bounce would be extraordinary. And the players are giving themselves a chance now. And that's all they've done, give themselves a chance. But they now need to make sure they focus properly, and hopefully we can go and get that win next week.